Hello, this is Saish Darshan Kanala, and today I'm going to be speaking about web search basics. One of the major part of web search basics is a user query needs. A user query basically specifies what the end user expects and needs when he performs a search query in the search engine. These user query needs are also known as web search queries. These are basically what the user searches on the search engine and gets the result for. These web search queries are grouped into three categories, being informational queries, navigational queries, transactional queries. The category not only governs the algorithmic search results, but the suitability of the query for sponsored search results. As in, when a user searches for a query, the search engine has to map that query to particular category specified above, and it has to return that query. Users are influenced by the search queries and its result, and the search engines have to pay attention to how their index size is compared to their competitors. As in, we could guess why Google is one of the most famous search engine right now, as it uh, like concentrates mostly on the validity and the correctness of its search result. Continuing on user query needs, as specified, informational queries seek general information on a broad topic, such as when you're searching for a specific thing or a disease like leukemia or sport like cricket. There is typically not a single web page that contains all the information sought in informational queries. Coming back to navigational queries, these type of queries seek website or home page of a single entity, such as if a user has to book a ticket in Lufthansa, then he searches for Lufthansa Airlines. For such a user, the best measure of user satisfaction is precision at 1. That means he wants to go directly to the home page of the Lufthansa Airlines instead of scrolling about hundreds of web pages to book his ticket. The next query is transactional query. It is a query that is a prelude to the user performing a transaction on the web. In such cases, the search engine should return results listing services that provide form interfaces for transactions. Like when a user is purchasing a ticket or downloading a file or streaming a song, he's doing transactional query. The next thing in web search basics is index size and estimation. A search index is a body of structured data that a search engine refers to when looking for results that are relevant to a specific query. Comprehensiveness or the clarity of a search result grows with index size. Although it does matter which specific pages a search engine indexes, some pages are more informative than others. In some instances of web searches, some malicious spider traps, or like we could call hacking crawlers, are devised and programmed in such a way to cause a search engine's crawler to stay within the spammer's website so that it increases that particular website search hits. So in case if you're searching for some news article that is in trending, then some spammer or a malicious crawler could have developed a bug so that if you search for a particular website or news, it may be redirected to that same website hundreds of times so that he may get ad revenue or something depending on that. The search engine indexes include multiple cases of index pages so that there is no single measure of index size. Indexes are a critical piece of any search system or search engine since they must be tailored to the specific information retrieval method of the search engine's algorithm. A web search query works in the following steps, as shown in the figure in front of you. A user searches by a keyword in a search engine. The web crawler gets and loads the specific web pages matching the query. It then indexes the pages to be displayed with index estimation and adds the ad index for the ad revenue. And these pieces of content will best answer a searcher's query or ordered by most recent to least relevant order, as we see on a daily basis when we do a Google search. Uh, Web search is basically categorized in three steps here as crawling, indexing, and ranking. Crawling is there is a web crawler or a web spider that downloads and indexes content from all over the internet. In indexing, once a page is in the index, it is in running to be displayed as a result to relevant queries. And ranking, as in as specified, queries are ordered by most relevant to least relevant. Like they provide the pieces of content that will best answer a search's query, which means that results are ordered by most relevant to least relevant. One of the major uh, uh, instances about web searching is near duplicates that occurs very regularly. Like web contains like billions of copies of every thing that is going around in the world. So by some estimates, as many as 40% of the pages on the web are duplicates of other pages. Many of these are legitimate copies, like for instance the real and legit uh, search that the user requires. For instance, certain information repositories are mirrored simply to provide redundancy and access reliability. But in some cases, it may occur that two pages may be similar to each other in all aspects, except for some date time stamp anywhere on the page or some signature stamp of the author or something else. Then one of these pages is termed as a near duplicate, and it may cause redundancy and storage space running out and such problems. Shingling is a solution to tackle this problem of near duplicates in web searches. Generally, shingling is used in documentation to get rid of near duplicates and to avoid plagiarism. Suppose two documents have a phrase, a rose is a rose is a rose. Then the four shingles for this text, when k is assumed to be 4, which is number of shingles, are a rose is a, and is a rose is. The first two of the shingles each occur twice in the text. Then we can assume that these two documents are near duplicates if this is the only text in that whole document and if the sets of shingles generated from them are nearly the same. Then a hashing system is used in shingling to clear out near duplicates and to keep the original copy intact. Thank you.